Welcome back to another episode of The Blueprint. I'm your host, Calvin Custance. On The Blueprint, we interview talented athletes, and they share knowledge that they have collected over their time playing their sport. From balancing life and relationships to recruiting and training, there is always something you can learn. This week's guest is Eddie Williams. Eddie is a running back and safety for Alma College that just recently graduated from Fraser High School. He is also playing wrestling at Alma. Eddie is an all-league, all-county, and all-region football player, and he rushed for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. He is also a two-time state qualifier, state placer, MAC White MVP, and two-time regional champ and county champ for the 160-pound weight division. Welcome to the show, Eddie.
Nice. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, do you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
My name is Eddie Williams. I'm a Fraser graduate, or graduating senior. I play running back and safety for the team, and I also wrestle. And I'm attending Alma College in fall.
Sweet. So, you mentioned you play football and wrestling. Have you ever played any other sports?
Yeah, I do track too. Football and wrestling just my main two.
Okay, and in wrestling, I don't think there's positions, right? There's because it's just a one-on-one. So
yeah, it's weight classes.
And what's your weight class?
160.
160. Okay, and football, you play running back and safety. Uh-huh. So, what do you like specifically about playing those positions?
Running back. I like running back because I like being able to just get the ball and being able to make somebody miss or take it all the way to the touchdown, running and stuff. And safety, I just like safety because I like to intercept the pass from the quarterback and tackle people.
Okay, so before we get really diving deep into the football and other sport questions, I'm going to ask you a few questions just to get to know you. So first off, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, a lot of people think it's weird, but I like oxtails.
Like from like an actual ox?
Yeah.
Where do you get that? Just out of curiosity.
It's actually pretty popular food now, but I get it from the Eastern Market, usually from the butcher place downtown.
I like Eastern Market. Oxtails. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, it's good.
That's funny. Okay. Favorite class at school?
Probably either culinary or physics.
Favorite song?
Oh, shoot.
Or favorite artist if you don't really have a specific song?
NBA Youngboy. Almost any NBA Youngboy song.
Okay. And then that's rap, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
4th of July or Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is my favorite. And then what are some of your hobbies outside of sports?
I like to play the game. I like to read, play board games. I love Monopoly. Like, anybody can get to work in Monopoly, to be honest.
I love Monopoly too. I was just playing it earlier today with my dad and brother.
Yeah, and then I like to build stuff.
Like what kind of stuff do you like to build?
Like I like working with electrical stuff and doing robotic stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we're going to start working into more of the football and wrestling questions. So how long have you played each sports?
Football, I've been playing football. I started playing football in 3rd grade. Wrestling, I think I started 5th grade. And then I wrestled my 5th grade year, 6th grade, 7th grade, and then I didn't wrestle 8th grade. Then I started wrestling again in high school. And then football, I played football from like since 3rd grade to now. I actually was on a swim team too in freshman year.
Swim team.
I was on a swim team.
So did you not do swim or did you not do
Yeah.
wrestling freshman year? Did you do
I
both?
I started on a swim team, then I quit and I started wrestling.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then why'd you start playing those two sports?
Football, I always loved football. And I started wrestling because I thought it was gonna help with football. Like ever since I was a kid, like football been my favorite sport.
Have you always played running back or safety? Have you ever played any other positions?
Pretty much. When I first started, like my first year playing, I played wide receiver and linebacker, but then I switched to running back. And then first I started off at wide receiver and linebacker. Then I started playing running back. Then I started playing safety and running back.
Did you play tackle or flag in elementary school?
I played tackle.
Do you watch much football or I guess wrestling as well? But
I don't work football, yeah, NFL stuff, college. But wrestling, I kind of watch it, like not as much as football, but I watch it during like the championship season and stuff.
do you have a favorite football team, favorite NFL team, and favorite college team?
Football, my favorite team is the Lions.
Good.
Only mainly because I'm from Detroit, but
Yeah.
I also like the Titans and stuff. But wrestling, I don't. My favorite wrestler is probably Jordan Burroughs.
Where does he go?
He is a professional wrestler,
Oh, gotcha.
national.
And then, do you have a favorite player that in football that you either look up to or model your game after, or just is there favorite?
My favorite running back of all time is Barry Sanders. My favorite running back in the league right now, though, is Derrick Henry. I think, but the running back whose game I think mine is kind of like Nick Chubb, because Nick Chubb is like all around. He can hit and he can juke and make people miss and stuff. So yeah, maybe like a little bit of Nick Chubb and maybe a little LaShawn McCoy.
Mm-hmm. So, for training, what exactly do you do for training for football and wrestling?
For football, I usually either just go up to the field and do some footwork when I don't have practice, or I go to my trainer at a Push the Limit Fitness over there on the 9 Mile. But wrestling, I don't really do that much training for out of season because
Just stay in shape and stuff. Is that?
yeah.
You mentioned where was the place you went to? Push the Limit Fitness?
Yeah, it's called Push the Limit Fitness on 9 Mile in East Point.
What specific like training do you do there?
Mainly strength and conditioning. Footwork wise, I probably do that mostly on my own.
How many days a week do you train?
Usually 2 or 3.
Then do you diet at all or no?
No, I should start there.
Do you have any so you're going to Alma College for football and wrestling. Have your coaches there given you any specific training to do or no?
Yeah, they send us workouts and stuff. Not wrestling, but football. Yeah.
So how long have you been on varsity?
For
football?
For football, I've been on varsity since my sophomore year.
And what year did you win the starting job for running back or safety?
Senior year. I had to wait for my chance to go.
What was it like when you won the starting job? Like what was going through your head?
I was like, finally, dang. But I was like, finally, and it's time to show everybody what I can do.
Do you have any advice for people that are going through the grind right now, trying to earn a starting varsity role?
Just keep your head down, keep pushing. You know, wait till they call your number. Be ready when they call your number.
So with school and with wrestling and then football, with all that stuff, what are some things that you do that keep your head in the ground, just kind of make you not like stressed out? What are some things that help you out with that?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I usually take most of my stress out like in my sports because I'm doing them mostly all the years. So I really don't know specifically.
What keeps you motivated for these sports?
Just my parents and my support system and me wanting to go to succeed and go to the NFL and stuff.
So now, if you're up for it, we're going to work towards the recruiting side of recruiting aspect of it. So when would you say your college recruiting journey started?
I got my first offer the summer going into my senior year.
Where was that offer from?
It was from Alma.
And what was the first camp you went to?
The first camp I went to was a top 200 football showcase. It was at Morris Tech University. There's a whole bunch of different colleges and stuff there.
Would you say you have a favorite camp that you went to?
Yeah, it was probably the Saginaw Valley camp that I went to, because not the first one, but the second one, because I felt like that was the one where I did the best.
Are there any camps you'd recommend for players trying to get recruited or trying to open up their recruitment?
I would say anything, if you can, try to do sound mind, sound body, because I heard that's like the best thing to get recruited. But if you can't, don't waste your time with the like the top 200 showcase. You just make sure when you picking your camps, you pick like smartly, because a lot of some camps is just a waste of money, and you want to be able to weed out the ones that's a waste of money and go to the ones that actually get you somewhere.
And then, so you're committed to Alma. What were some of the main factors that led you to committing there?
The whole coaching staff just seemed like real genuine people. I love the school. The campus was nice. The team, they talked the school up. They was like, the stuff that they telling you when they're recruiting you is actually how it really is. Like, it's not just a facade or whatever. And yeah.
What are you most excited for when it comes to playing college football and wrestling?
Just the competition, being able to play at that next level, to test my skills and get better, go against better people so I can get better myself.
Do you have any specific goals for next year specifically, or your whole college career?
For my first year, my goal is to start, but my long-term goal in general is to go to the NFL. And yeah, and wrestling, just go to nationals.
So how does the wrestling like championship work for college?
It's nationals. It's called nationals, and I'm not 100% sure how it works at the D3 level, but I know at D1 level, Big Ten, you got the, depending on what conference you're in, like the Big Ten, Pac-12 or whatever, you have like the Big Ten championships or the Pac-12 championships, and then you'll go to the actual nationals, and then that's when you go against everybody from the different conferences and all that. I assume it's probably the same at each division. So yeah,
And what are you majoring in for school?
engineering,
Is there a specific reason that you chose that major?
because it's you can make a lot of money in it, and I like to build stuff.
Fair enough. Any advice that you have for just high school athletes in general?
Um, just make sure you picking your camps wisely. Make sure you stay on the grind. So you keep your grades up, stuff like that.
And any advice just generally you'd have for players that want to play on the next level?
Just keep moving forward.
Okay. And then this final section that we're going to talk about your past successes and past accomplishments that you've had over your high school career. So this recent year, you were an all-league, all-county, and all-region football player, and you rushed for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, which is great stats. I was on your team, for anyone that doesn't know, and whenever you had the ball, it seemed like you were just gonna score a touchdown. Like we were playing, like if you got a handoff and you bounce it to the outside, you were like, okay, and he's scoring another one. But it's just you're so hard to bring down, and it would take 5 of their players to bring you down. I remember one day in practice, this was my first year of football. So it's the first week of all pads. For some reason, I don't know why, I played defensive tackle this year, which for someone that's 5'5" and like 170, that might not be the best like position. But
Yeah.
so I'm going up, like the ball snapped, and then you just run right over me. And then I was like, oh, this guy's good. And then by the end of the season, I was like, okay. But yeah, so you're amazing this year. But what was the game that you had the most fun in?
Probably the Sterling Heights game, homecoming. Either that one or the first game against Holly.
And is there a specific memory you have this year specifically, that like a specific run or a specific touchdown that you have that you just love to think about?
Game against Royal Oak when I think it was some type of run to the right. I want to say it was like a counter or something. But anyway, the DN came shooting right into the backfield, and then he almost caught me back behind the line of scrimmage, so I stiff armed him. And then I went like 5 yards back behind the line of scrimmage and started running. And then somebody else came, stiff armed him. I was ran up the sideline. They tried to say I stepped out, but I don't think I stepped out. And then I kept running. And I had tiptoe. I almost stepped out. Like, it was that close. And then somebody else came, stiff arm. Then he fell. And then I was running down the sideline. Dude was coming this way. I juked him and ran like another 30 yards or so, 40 yards to the touchdown.
Yeah, throughout the season, there were countless runs like that where you just refused to go down. There was the one against Cuzno. You just ran right up the gut, and just players kept just bouncing right off of you.
Yeah.
And just like,
Cuzno, man.
oh my God.
That's the game I got injured.
I know. I don't know how you got hurt against Cuzno. How was that the game? Out of all the games that we played.
Exactly, bro.
We played Stevenson and you were perfectly fine. Then we played Cuzno, beat him 61-6, and you somehow ended up hurt.
I was sick. I would have had like 5 touchdowns that game.
I know.
And I got injured in the first quarter.
I know. What happened? Your shoulder you hurt or something like that?
Yeah, I got this big old lineman don't come and tackle me. I tried to stretch out for the first down, and then as I was stretching out, he fell on top of me and
Oh,
hurt my collarbone.
that's
But
not fun.
out of all the games, I get hurt against Cousin.
Yeah. Kind of wrong with that topic. Would you say you've had any significant setbacks or roadblocks you've had to overcome?
Yeah, I just like minor just bumps and bruises along the way, trying to get over being hurt sometimes. Started the season last year, but getting through it, it was just like relief when I got through it because I was able to come back stronger and just just keeping my head down, moving forward.
I hear you. So, who are some of the most, or who is the most talented player you have played with in your high school career?
That I've played with. Oh, you put me on the spot, right?
I am putting you on the spot, yeah.
The most talented player I've played with?
Played with, yeah.
Like in football?
In football.
Like in high school only, or in all my years of playing?
You can say one for all your years of playing, but I do want one for only high school.
All right, for only high school, I'd say probably the coldest person I probably played with is, dang, bro. That's hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Bro, why you put me on the spot like this, bro?
Hey, what can I say?
Oh, I don't even know.
Or you could pick three. If you have a top three, say those.
All right, top three.
I feel like three's generous.
Bro, it's hard because I got a group. All right, the three best quarterback I played with is Brady.
Yeah.
Best lineman is Merlot. Bro.
Just give us a skill position player and then I'll just
throw
that question out the window.
That's the one I'm having the most trouble with. The skill position. I'm gonna just say Sherrod.
And what year did he graduate?
He graduated 21.
Okay. What did he play? Receiver or running back?
He played DB and receiver.
Okay. And then who would you say is the most talented person you've had to play against? This one could be for wrestling or football.
The hardest wrestler I've ever wrestled is probably I don't know. I got worked a few times last year. Mm-hmm. So football wise, probably the hardest person, the coldest person I ever played against football wise is probably this dude from probably Stevenson. His name is Ramsey, I think.
Jordan Ramsey. Yeah,
I was trying to tackle him. And he juked the mess out of me this one time, and I was like, dang, like he got me good too. Like I was coming off the show, thought I was from the bang, and he was like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's good. He's committed to Central Michigan to play football. So you know they're good if
Yeah,
they're going.
yeah, he was nice.
Hmm.
There's a lot of other people, but I say, and also I played this big old dude my sophomore year. His name was Braden McGregor. He was huge. I don't know if you know who he is.
Is that the Port Huron guy?
Yeah,
One that went to Michigan?
he was huge.
Hmm.
But wrestling, I don't know. The toughest person I probably wrestled is this dude from this dude that I wrestled from Chit my junior year. He beat me pretty bad. I say no, actually I'll take it back. It was this dude at States. Yeah, it was this dude at States. I wrestled him in the he was the number 2 seed. Um he was the number 2 seed, and I ended up wrestling him in a loser's bracket because he got upset in his first match, and he worked me. Bro, that was probably my toughest match.
Hmm.
I forgot his name, but he went to I want to say Henry Ford or something like that. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yes, that's all I have for you today, Eddie. But thank you. Is there anyone you want to shout out or thank just for your high school career?
um, I want to shout out all my teammates that I played with. Ain't no hard feelings. Everybody hard, you know. Love all y'all. Appreciate all y'all. Shout out to the coaches. Um, Shout out to all the parents who supported. Shout out to anybody who supported me. You know, always keep God first. All glory to God. You know.
Awesome.
But
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Eddie.
thanks for having me, bro.
I would like to thank Eddie for coming on to today's show. Eddie was a great teammate and mentor for me this year, and he is going to thrive in the next step of his career. Thanks for coming on, Eddie. Also, I would like to thank you for watching or listening to this week's episode. All the support is greatly appreciated. Make sure to like and download, and maybe share this week's episode to a friend. As always, my name is Calvin Custance, and this is The Blueprint.